Hello, sixth grade teachers, and welcome to McGraw-Hill Reading Wonders. My name is Brandon Harvey, and I am here to guide you through your new Wonders sample materials. I know as a teacher, we get so busy and we have so many things going on that sometimes it's hard to dedicate the time to going through these important materials. And hopefully this video will help you be able to really understand your sample materials. Now, when you get your box, it'll look like this, all closed up, and it's really easy to open it up and get started. You just take this front flap, push it down, it unvelcros. This flap will lift up and it sits right down into the box. So now we're ready to get started. And of course, you'll have all of your print materials, but I think it's also important to know to truly and fully evaluate Reading Wonders, you also want to go online. And that's why right here on the front, you're gonna see a little tear-off pad. This is something that you can take with you, do at home, do it at school, computer, laptop, iPad, where you can evaluate our digital resources by going to this website, and it allows you to see everything that we offer, not only for you as the teacher, but also for your students as well. So let's get started going through this box. The first thing I see, it says, discover the story of Reading Wonders. This is truly your roadmap to understanding how the box is organized. What you're gonna see is that on the left-hand side of the box, we have everything for our students, and on the right side of the box, you'll see materials for you, the teacher. Across the front right here, I see my scope and sequence. I love this because although I might get sampled one unit from that teacher edition, I wanna see what happens in all the units from the beginning, the middle, and end of the year. And this scope and sequence allows me to see how those skills and strategies unfold through that sixth grade learning instructional pathway. Now what I want to do is take you through the left side of the box, which is your student materials. So here I'm going to pull out my Reading Writing Workshop book. This is a new tool. It's sitting right there in front, the smaller book. What is a Reading Writing Workshop book? Well, you know, if you think about that, we have these new standards that we're using in our classrooms, and those are creating challenges for our students and teachers. Our authorship team believed in creating a new tool. The Reading Writing Workshop book is a tool that you can use to teach and model finding text evidence through close reading. You're going to use this tool on day 1 and day 2 of your instructional pathway. Not only will you find many lessons to give purposeful rereadings to go back in and closely read a short, complex text, but you'll find many lessons for writing and many lessons for grammar built right into this Reading Writing Workshop book. But once I have taught and modeled those key skills and strategies, this is where Wonders truly is unique, giving you flexibility, different tools to practice and apply those skills with your students. One of those tools you might want to use, of course, is your literature anthology. This literature anthology is packed full of both informational text and literary text. You will also see that each time students read one of these anchor texts, there are text-dependent questions, asking students to go back into the text and find that text evidence. And not only if I'm reading about a text, I also want to write about that text. So you'll find opportunities for analytical writing built right in every week. Another great practice and application tool would be your leveled readers. So right here in my leveled reader folder, when I open it up, I'm going to see information about accessing my leveled readers, not only here in print, but also digitally from any internet-ready device. And we've sampled for you a week's worth of leveled readers. On the back, you will see more information about the variety of leveled readers and the different leveling systems that we use that will be great for your guided reading small group instruction. But you know what, also, as an upper grade teacher, I know we often like to use novel studies or trade books. So you'll see information on that too. There's a flyer here on the 24 titles in the Wonders Classroom Library, right here for grade 6. Many of these titles are award winners as well as exemplar text. And you will find close reading mini lessons online to support those classroom library trade books. So this little divider really summarizes everything that we've just gone through, those connected literacy tools. Every single thing I've talked to you about is connected, not only through the vocabulary, the essential question, but also having that connection through those themes and connections from even the graphic organizer that will be shared across text. And this just, again, allows you to see all of those connections. Now, I also want my students to practice either independently or collaboratively, and one of the ways is through practice pages. We've given you a weekly practice sampler. You have practice for comprehension, skills, strategies, even writing, and there's a variety of practice, including daily grammar and spelling and phonics practice. And again, you have a week's worth here, but go online and you can see all of those different practice pages. And this really lays out what I love is that we know one size does not fit all. So you will see that we have differentiated your practice, that this practice can be done digitally. That means I could do my practice work on my device, submit it to my teacher, and I don't even have a piece of paper. So it's really taking students, again, to the 21st century. Now, speaking of going beyond the box, going online, this last tab really, again, I encourage you to log on and see all the wonderful things that we provide for your students. Hundreds of games to support phonics, vocabulary, grammar instruction. You will see a searchable leveled reader database, visual vocabulary cards, interactive graphic organizers, read alouds, even time for kids articles online, which is really great. So again, beyond the box, I'm just going to build this back up. Multiple practice opportunities through games and activities, leveled practice, and those all-important connected literacy tools from classroom library trade books. Of course, I've got my leveled readers that we talked about, my anthology, as well as that new and unique tool to Wonders known as the Reading Writing Workshop book. That's where really it all begins, that day 1, day 2 instruction. So now let's move over to the right side of the box and let's talk about a key for you and those teacher materials. One of the key pieces, of course, would be your teacher edition. Now, what is sampled is Unit 1, and I like this because it allows me to see how my year is going to begin. Also inside Unit 1, the first few pages, you're going to see a section called Start Smart. Start Smart, also known as Unit 0, really gives you, for that first week of school, opportunities to introduce those unique routines and organize those procedures in your classroom and get your kids excited about learning right from the beginning of the year. Also, you'll find a unique feature built into our Teacher's Edition known as ACT. ACT stands for Access Complex Text. Not only are we going to tell you what makes the text complex, but we're also going to provide scaffolding, something that you can do with your students so that every child can access that complex text. Everything I need in that Teacher's Edition for whole group instruction for reading and writing, as well as small group instruction for reading and writing, even those lesson plans for those leveled readers. Now, to help organize you through the Teacher's Edition and give you even more background about what we're doing to unlock those Common Core state standards is this booklet. You will see, written by our authors, is information about that ACT feature and many of the shifts that we're seeing throughout the classroom, such as close reading, collaborative conversations, and so forth. But in the back side of this book, you're going to see a lesson walkthrough, where it's really pointing out many of the features that are found inside a week's worth of lessons in our Teacher's Edition, and also how it impacts my classroom and why it matters. So I think this will be a really great tool as you go through and evaluate. Not only does that help you evaluate print materials, but what about when you log on? Don't you want a guide there? And this is it. You have a digital walkthrough. So when you log on either on your computer or laptop or even an iPad or some kind of mobile device, you can use this. It's got screenshots. It's going to give you step-by-step directions to see how to drag and drop and customize those lesson plans, access ready-made lesson presentations, of course, e-assessment, as well as wonderful professional development tools. So again, use this guide when you go online. You will also see here a overview brochure. This is a great review piece, so after you've watched this video and you're talking collaboratively with your colleagues, this is a great way to review Reading Wonders. And again, that card just summarizes everything for the teacher, that differentiated instruction both in print as well as online. The next section of our box says Integrated Assessment and Intervention. We are going to provide for you an assessment sampler. Here you have a variety of assessments to look at for a week's worth or a unit's worth of instruction. Know that online you will see a complete assessment system from diagnostic and placement, unit, weekly benchmark tests. You also see fluency assessment as well as Common Core performance-based tasks. Again, I can take my test pencil paper, or I can take a test digitally through any internet-ready device, and I'm going to get data reports. And that data may lead me to that intervention. And so you're going to find information about our connected and parallel intervention program known as WonderWorks. You have a WonderWorks sampler here, and WonderWorks is written for those students who may be up to 2 years below grade level. But what's nice about it is that the WonderWorks scope and sequence matches the core Wonders scope and sequence. So again, integrated assessments, a variety of assessments, as well as interventions, even Tier 2. Tier 2 is built into that Teacher's Edition. I hope you'll go look for that Tier 2 in your small group instruction. You'll see even more Tier 2 online. And before we go to our final section of going beyond the box for you, the teacher, I want to let you know about manipulatives. You know, I love to use hands-on tools with my students. I know that students love hands-on tools, and this folder really highlights many of the different hands-on manipulatives that could be used in the 6th grade classroom. One of those being your leveled workstation activity card. So when you're working in small group, you've got a variety of activities so that students are working collaboratively, and they are leveled, no matter if they are an approaching level student on or even beyond level student. And all of those activities are going to reinforce what you're teaching in whole group and small group. Now it's time to go beyond the box for you, the teacher. Remember, all of your teacher's editions are online. Every tool, every resource, things that we can't even fit into this box are online, and that includes even the gold standard in professional development. I hope you'll click onto that professional development information online, and you'll see modeled lessons, real teachers in real classrooms doing these lessons. You'll see author videos, as well as implementation modules, not only so that you have a smooth start to Reading Wonders, but also to support you throughout the life of using Reading Wonders. We're going to be there with online discussion boards and self-paced modules to help you learn more and grow as a professional. As I build this side of the box back together, remember it's all about providing that powerful Common Core differentiated instruction for you from that Teacher's Edition, providing that whole group as well as that small group instruction. I'm going to put back my scope and sequence right there in the front, and of course my roadmap. I hope you've enjoyed discovering and hearing about the story of Reading Wonders. I encourage you to go online and see the complete breadth of what we offer as far as digital resources for you and your students. And I know that once you've evaluated Reading Wonders, you'll agree that McGraw-Hill Reading Wonders truly does provide the key to building strong readers and writers. Thanks a lot and have a great day.